The most frequently asked fitness questions from women over 40. That's what we're going to cover today. It's going to be a good one. Grab your coffee. Let's get into it.
Your favorite right there, because I know you love answering questions.
I love questions.
I do too.
I do.
You know, it's part of the puzzle. It's like a puzzle. Like, okay, let me figure this out. Okay, what's your question? All right, let's do this. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, and since I have to read more questions today on my iPad, I have to go with the glasses today. So we're nerding out.
Nerding out.
Because I need to see. I am blind as a bat these days.
Yeah.
Blind. You do have your coffee, so you're very on brand, so that's good.
I do. I need to get more of these cups, actually. I'm going to order some
Oh,
today.
are we almost out?
I'm down on my last one.
Oh no. What are you
love
gonna
those.
do?
I love those to-go cups.
I know you do.
Because, you know, sometimes I'm out and I'm walking and I'm done. It's like, just toss it. The other ones, I got to walk with it the whole way home.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd rather just toss it.
Good point. Well, welcome back to another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
Yes.
I think we're down to our last few episodes, or maybe a couple episodes that will be in this location. So you can say, you know, get your last visuals of the dogs, get your last visuals of this vibe, because thankfully we're going back to the studio.
I know you're ready.
Yeah, because it's just hard here. It's a lot of interruptions, a lot of chaos.
There is.
It's just not the same. So we went for the first time in a long time. I went live on Amazon a few days ago. Mike was with me for the first time. You joined me for the first time.
I was.
That was cool, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool little situation they have set up there.
It is. Definitely different.
Yeah. I like it.
I feel like you're like on those old school HSN shopping networks on TV.
Shopping network?
Remember that?
Yeah, it is kind of like that.
I bet your mom was on that. I bought a camcorder from there. I don't know why. What got into me? We used it a little bit, but.
My mom loved HSN. She loved it. In fact, when she passed away, that was one of the credit cards that I had to pay off, was her HSN card.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she loved HSN. She would have, man, it's kind of sad to me because she would have loved to be able to go on and watch me do that on like Amazon Live. That would have been so cool to her.
Should have been proud. Like, look at my daughter. She has her own shopping network. She's
would
famous.
Think it's like, I'd put it on the TV for her.
Yeah.
And she'd probably think it was like, you know, HSN.
Did she ever watch you on YouTube? Did you have a YouTube channel?
I did have a YouTube channel. They did used to watch.
They did?
They did watch some, yeah. They started to watch. But yeah, but not the shopping stuff. Like, she would have loved that.
Yeah.
That would have been really nice.
And it was always on late night.
Yeah, listen, what did my mom put us on? Put everybody on. She was ahead of the game in what?
You're right. I didn't even know what that was, an air fryer.
Air fryers.
I thought, I was like, what the hell is this? You know what it is when something new is introduced, we always question it. Like, what is this? Mm-hmm. Man, air fryers are the latest and greatest in sliced bread.
But that was like a decade ago.
Yes.
She got the whole family air fryers from HSN. It was only like an as seen. Actually, I don't think it was HSN. It was just like an as seen on TV infomercial.
Okay.
And she bought the whole family air fryers except for Elizabeth. I remember Elizabeth recently, like over the past few years, told me she was the only one that my mom didn't buy an air fryer for. I don't know why.
Her.
She ghosted Elizabeth on the air fryer because we had that conversation because I couldn't believe Elizabeth didn't have an air fryer.
I mean, if you're listen, if this is 2024, and if you don't have an air fryer, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. You're way behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
Air fryer is a must. It's so, you could put a meal together in 10 minutes. Walk away, go do whatever you got to do, come back, and your meal's ready to go.
And they're basically
you do it all the time.
Portable. You know, you could get a small one and travel with it. And
your daughter had one.
Yeah, for competing.
Yes.
So, yeah, my mom was ahead of the game.
She was.
With the you know, ordering things online and stuff, because air fryers were not a thing. And I loved mine ever since. Ever since, I've been getting a new air fryer, like once every year or two we get a new one.
We use it.
We use it every day.
Religiously.
But if you're not following my Amazon storefront, follow me there. You'll be notified when I go live if you're interested, because I'm going to do them more frequently. And if you scroll over to live stream, once you're on my storefront, you can see all the past live streams, including the one we just did. And it's amazon.com/shop/Mrs. CEO_J. It'll be linked also in the description. But you can follow me there. I basically link everything that I purchase from Amazon frequently over there. And then I also have my LTK where I link everything else that's not Amazon is linked on LTK.
Your ladies were having fun over there.
Yeah.
They were
Shopping.
And talking to each other.
Yeah, it was fun because you can chat. It's basically like a live, like YouTube Live or Instagram Live, but there's a shopping component. You can highlight the products. There's a lot of like flash sales and deals while you're live. And it's pretty cool because it tells me when people are shopping, when they're buying something. It kind of like gives off little notifiers. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Well, the Body Bootcamp is officially open. Registration for Body Bootcamp number 15 is officially open. Now is your chance to get into Body Bootcamp. We're going to have a lot of fun over the course of the next 8 weeks. You can join us, find out what it's all about, because you won't be disappointed, and you're going to be ahead of the game if you do. It's going to put you in a better position. It's going to get you in the right mindset so that you're not like putting on a ton of weight when you don't need to. I'm going to show you how you can still enjoy the holidays and work towards your goals at the same time, because we don't do deprivation. We don't do restriction.
No rigid diets,
Nope.
nothing funky.
No.
So what I'll say to you, ladies, because I know it's mainly ladies that follow us here on this channel, is why not get ahead of the game? Why not go into the new year already ahead of the game? Instead of everybody going to the new year packing on 10, 20 pounds, why not take off those 10 pounds going to the new year? How good's that going to feel? You're doing the exact opposite of everybody else doing. You're not following the herd.
Yeah.
You're going this path.
No, exactly.
You're not going on this easy path, because that's what's going to happen. People, my coach just got on his call about how people are already talking about the holidays this, holidays that, blah, blah. He's like, man, you don't even fix yourself, big dog, and you're worried about the holidays? Like, stop worrying about the holidays. That's at least of your concern.
I know.
So.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, Body Bootcamp 15, registration's open. Head over to my website. Link will be on the screen. It'll be down in the description. Space is limited, so get in before registration closes. Let's take a little break for One Up Nutrition. We'll be right back. When it comes to the best supplements to support your muscle building and fat loss goals, One Up Nutrition has you covered. Their gut health supplements have been a complete game changer for me. And I have to say, their protein powders are my absolute favorites. Mike and I literally order the peanut butter cookie and lemon Italian iced protein powders by the case. They are that good. With so many delicious flavors to choose from, One Up Nutrition makes hitting your protein goals easy and enjoyable. So whether you're looking for supplements, protein powders, or anything in between, shop One Up Nutrition for all your needs. And don't forget to use Jeanine to save at checkout. That's code JEANINE. All right. Welcome back, you guys. I am a little reminder that we also have a little show over here called Off Topic. And that's every Wednesday. And that is for members of our channel, which we like to call our inner circle. So if you want access to all that bonus content, the after shows after every podcast, we have an after show, and then we have Off Topic. Make sure you join the channel and get in on that show, because that's a fun show as well. You know, I was reading some information about the whole Matthew Perry death investigation and all of that. And it's really sad. Keith Morrison, you know the Dateline guy, Keith Morrison, that's his stepdad?
I did not know that.
Yeah, the guy with the white hair. He has a very distinct voice. He's the Dateline guy. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's his stepdad.
I did not know that.
That's his stepdad. But he was talking about how it was really sad because Matthew thought it was safe. He was kind of, you know how like when addicts, I feel like they're always looking for something like, oh, this is something I can do, and then they feel they can do it because it's allowed, it's a doctor prescribed or whatever, and then they overdo that, but they kind of, he thought it was safe, basically, because a lot of people talk about it. A lot of very, renowned doctors and therapists talk about using ketamine therapy. So he was falsely giving into it like, oh, well, this is safe, so it's okay if I use it a lot.
Everybody thinks because it's prescribed from a doctor, it's safe.
But he knows, his other addictions were prescription drugs, so. But it's sad because he kind of was, he got into that thinking it would not lead down the road of like a full-blown relapse. Anyway, so it's just sad. It's just sad to me because the people that took advantage of him were, like actual like board certified doctors, and they knew his history, but they also knew he had a lot of money and he was like ripe for the taking. It's, to me, worse.
I hope karma gets them all, every single last one of them.
It is way worse to me than like a street drug dealers.
Way worse. Because dealers aren't doing it with malicious intent. They're doing it because they're trying to feed their families, put money in their pocket,
right.
and live a better life. That's
right.
what it all comes down to. I'm one of those ex-street dealers. So, but doctors, you maliciously knew that he's an addict. Right. You're a doctor. You know better. You know this could destroy him. But you gave it to him anyways, man. You sent him to his grave.
Yeah.
So I hope charges come out of this.
Some of the they've been charged. Good. There's going to be like trials, but
yes,
some of the text messages that came out talk about like, oh yeah, like he's all in, so we can get a top dollar kind of thing. Like, and they were like charging astronomical,
of course they were,
rates, because they knew he was fully hooked. Really sad.
And you know what? Let's stay on this topic real quick. And these aren't the only doctors that are doing this. A lot of doctors are being malicious and they're selling out for the dollar. Just like they forgot their oath of why they became doctors. Now it's all about the cheddar. Okay, the more prescriptions, the more money.
Yeah.
And knowing I could destroy this person, knowing like, wait a minute, let me look into Jeanine's mental health history and make sure she has no addiction. Let me interview about her family. Let me dig deep before I start giving her Xanax, opioids, whatever benzodiazepines, SSRIs. Let me look into her mental state before I just start throwing this out there. Instead of me, here you go, just take a plethora of prescription pills because I'm the doctor and I said it's okay.
Yeah.
Knowing you can ruin that person.
Well, it's that whole controversy too with the there's not a great health initiative like in America where they're pushing nutrition and exercise as like the first line of defense.
Exactly.
Because then that kind of like cuts out the big pharma, right? It cuts them out because if you get people healthy and exercising and food as the first line of defense, rather than let them get sick and then let's treat them with pharmaceuticals for their sickness, it's going to like be a big impact on the economy.
You have to think about the damage people like you and I do and the rest of the influencers, coaches, trainers do as a whole. I don't know what kind of dent we put in, but if we get people to stop drinking, less money for the alcohol. We get people to stop eating processed foods, less money for the processed food.
Yeah.
Now we get you healthy and on point, less money for the doctors for drugs and prescription pills and all this stuff. So yeah, we do some damage, very minimal though, but we do some damage. Because they don't want us healthy. It's crazy. Not once that I can remember do they preach health on the TV, on a commercial about anything. Not even during the whole CVID thing. Not once.
Well, the whole thing is they don't dig about what's your diet like? What's your nutrition like? What are you eating? What, like they just say a generic, eat healthy and exercise, but they don't really like dig in. You know how you have to fill out a consultation form? Like, why aren't they digging in like, hey, write out what a typical day of eating is for you? Because your health, the biggest impact on your health is going to be, drinking, smoking, and eating. They ask the drinking and smoking, but they don't ask the eating.
Never.
They haven't gotten to that yet.
No.
And that's what needs to change, I think.
And they also need to change their curriculum because I'm not sure what are the top medical schools, but this is a fact. And I heard this from a doctor that was on Joe Rogan's podcast. Can't remember her name. She went to Stanford and she says, I barely remember anything on nutrition. There might have been one chapter if any.
Yeah.
Like, they don't teach us this stuff. So that's why we don't know. That's why we just say diet and exercise. We don't even know. We don't even know on ourselves. So how are we going to teach?
No, they don't.
Teach the general public. They don't even know. And I thought as kids, you and I, like, doctors were there to help us. Here's your lollipop. You came to see the doctor. You got your shot. Now, looking back, like, no, those are ulterior motives, man. And they only make money when they either prescribe or they cut you open. That's where the big money's at.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I never thought about hospitals and medical as a business until I got older.
Yeah, big business.
Kind of crazy to think about it that way.
Big business.
All right, you guys, let's take a little break for MegaFit meals, and we'll be right back. When it comes to hitting your macros, MegaFit Meals makes it so easy with their delicious macro-friendly meal prep options. Mike and I are constantly on the go these days, and these meals are a lifesaver during some of our busiest weeks. Whether you're craving chicken tenders, pizza, filet mignon, or even pasta, MegaFit Meals has something for everyone. All meals are high in protein, made with quality ingredients, and designed to help you crush your health and fitness goals. And the best part, there's no subscription required, so you can order as you need. Save time without sacrificing nutrition. And if you want to try it for yourself, use our link in the description and enter code Jeanine for a discount. That's code JEANINE. MegaFit Meals has you covered. All right, welcome back, you guys. It's time for a little bit of comment corner. Ariana Celestia 2500. Oh my God, monthly cycle is brutal. Women for sure struggle way more. This is why I feel men need to be more forgiving, thoughtful, compassionate, understanding towards their women, rather than calling them bitchy. A woman's life is much more complicated than a man's. It's true, we have to go through a lot more. I'm sorry. I'm 100% on board with this. I just feel like we have to endure so much more.
You do? I agree. As a man, I agree. We don't get that monthly cycle. And we don't bear children. So I agree. You guys go through a lot.
Yeah.
Your body gets pushed to the limits, to the red line.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy. All right. Next up, Jessie Taylor 7706. I needed this video. She's referring to the episode 563. I noticed I was sad because I was wasting so much time on social media. So I deleted it and only have YouTube for motivational stuff like your channel. Thank you.
That's smart.
We were talking about how, people consume too much negative shit on social media.
You're so right about that. And they do it to themselves all the time. Like, don't follow something you don't like or someone you don't like. You don't like that message?
Yeah.
Or there's a certain character, I'm not going to say his name because we've said it so many times, is people hate this character so much, love to go on his page and make negative comments. It's like, my man, if you don't like what he's speaking about or preaching, unfollow. Don't follow it. Stop following it. Why do you do that to yourself?
People like to hate watch. It's a thing.
I know they do. Psychotic.
They like the drama.
They do. They love it.
They do. I just, people, they crave that,
They're
that
sickos.
drama.
And I know. It's weird to me. Humans are weird. I would never do that. Hate watch.
No, I don't even have time to love watch. Never mind hate watch. But I feel like people more often than not, they hate watch. They prefer that than like watching people that inspire them. It's weird.
It is.
You want to know what is a freaking like the Wild Wild West is the Reddit.
Oh, Reddit. I never get on Reddit. I bet you it's because it's what? No filter?
It's just people go there and can put anything they want. And there's no fact checking or anything. And it's anonymous.
That's legal? You can slander somebody? Remember like
it's anonymous.
Remember what was that one site called? The Dirty?
It's kind of like the Dirty.
The Dirty.
It is exactly like the Dirty, actually.
It just evolved.
It's evolved.
I mean, kind of, sort of. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, no, it's like that.
So there's no fact
It's just a lot of... It is where the haters go to like...
Spew.
To spew more really, vitriol. Yeah.
X is like that. X has no filter.
No, X is not like that because
not
X is not anonymous.
You could create an anonymous account.
Yeah, but you can like, it's different. Like it's harder, but yeah, people do that. It's kind of like when they do those troll accounts, but Reddit is all trolls. Yeah. I mean, there's some people that are not anonymous because they basically put it out there, but
yeah,
it's like pure toxicity over there on Reddit. It's crazy.
Humans love toxicity.
They do.
Like, it's nuts. I was just having a conversation with my boy about his ex and how
Toxic.
she's bad. She's like turning to a different person. It's like, well, alcohol will do that to you.
Oh, man. All right, you guys, let's take a little break for Transcend, and we'll be right back. You guys know that Mike and I embarked on our HRT and peptide journey last year, and we are absolutely loving it. It's been a game changer for both of us. And if you've ever wondered why you should consider HRT or peptide therapy, let me break it down for you. Everyone's needs are unique. That's why Transcend is all about creating a personalized plan just for you. They'll start by evaluating your blood work, taking into account how you feel and what your goals are, and then help you find a solution tailored to optimize your health and wellness. What makes it so effective? It's targeted treatment, finally address specific deficiencies and imbalances that might have been holding you back for years. Boost your body's natural functions. These therapies can kickstart and support your body's processes, giving you that extra edge. Enhance your well-being. Imagine boosting your mood, increasing your energy, and just feeling better overall in your day-to-day life. And lastly, longevity. It's not just about feeling good now, it's about supporting healthy aging and preventing chronic conditions down the road. Transcend will guide you every step of the way. So if you're ready to take your health and energy to the next level, start your own HRT or peptide journey with Transcend today. Remember to use our link www.transcendcompany.com/ESCO Elite, 15% off for new patients. All right, let's get to some questions about, some of the top questions that I've received about fitness. My demographic, my following's over 40. So a lot of the questions are around, fitness questions as it relates to older women. One of them is it harder to lose weight after 40 and why? It does certainly feel like it's harder, for sure. A lot of it has to do with just the hormonal shifts that you have when you're over 40 and the side effects that come with those hormonal shifts. And it just makes it harder to lose weight,
Yeah.
Because, bad, poor sleep, all that kind of stuff impacts. Also, typically, like your lifestyle at around that age is it different from when you were younger? Are you less active? Like you have to think about like all of those things too. A lot of times it's the perfect storm. So it feels like it is just age related, but it's really not age related.
No,
it is
a lot of factors.
It is lifestyle that happens to coincide with that part of your life. Maybe you don't go to the gym anymore. You have kids that you're shuttling around all over the place. So you don't have as much time for like that kind of stuff. You're not as active. Maybe you've lost muscle. You used to be an athlete, maybe in college or something, and now you don't. So, things change. You have to think about it. What's different about your life when you're over 40? But then, yes, you couple that with the fact that hormones are shifting. When hormones shift, makes it even harder. So yeah, it is definitely, I mean, in my experience, I felt it was harder for sure.
And sleep was a big factor for you.
Yeah.
Sleep was rough. And when you don't have good sleep, guess what? The next day, you're not motivated to do shit.
Right.
And then what happens when you sleep bad? Because I know when I sleep bad, I pay attention to, I feel I'm extra hungry. So it's the truth that cortisol goes.
Oh, 100%. I was just talking to a client about that.
So by doing that, now you're overeating. You're not going to the gym. You're not getting your steps. You're not in the mood. Now you're that weight slowly compounding, little by little, compounding. And before you know it, a week, 2, a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, you're like, whoa, how did I get here 50 pounds heavier? It's just like that. A pound a week is not hard to put on. 52 weeks in a year. No. 52 weeks in a year. You could put on 52 pounds easily in a year.
That is so crazy. That is just, think about this. If you overeat by 500 calories a day, every day for a year, that's 52 pounds. 500 calories.
That's it.
So basically, whatever, you're eating right now to maintain, if you just add in one thing, like a Frappuccino, or you started doing a daily croissant, or a daily scones or something like that.
Yep.
That right there, that one little thing, and you're going to gain 52 pounds
That's
in
how
a
easy
year.
it is.
That's how easy it is. That's very important to highlight.
And it's funny because if you go say this, like say we have this conversation on Instagram, somebody's going to get mad. We're just the messengers. We're just telling you what the truth is. Yeah, it sucks. We didn't create this body. Mm-hmm. We didn't make the rules. I was just telling my boy Mike, shout out Mike. I was like, Mike, wouldn't it be fun if they designed this? Because he was having pizza yesterday. Wouldn't it be fun if we could eat as much as we wanted, whatever we wanted, with no regard and still maintain this? Oh my God. Why'd you make us the opposite?
I know.
But it's not that way. Sorry. We're not built that way.
Sorry. Mike's favorite thing to say. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best type of exercise for women in their 40s and 50s? What do you think?
The best type of exercise for women in their 40s and 50s? Strength train.
Definitely.
Strength train 100%. Movement, very underrated. People underrate movement. Walking every day. 3 to 5 miles every day if you can. Mm-hmm. But as far as exercise for women.
That's what I meant. That was you answered. You answered the question.
I was going to elaborate more, but go ahead. You go.
Well, I wanted to add in another form of exercise I feel it's often forgotten, and that's flexibility work.
Yes, I agree with you. I lack in that department somewhat.
Mm-hmm. So that you don't lose the ability to tie your shoes or to get in and out of a car. Just being flexible is so important because you'll lose it.
Yeah.
You will lose it. Like you get stiff.
You do. You get stiff. Yeah, you do. You get stiff.
You just get stiff.
I don't do any flexibility training by itself, but I do certain things that keep me flexible, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
you
punching
do.
and kicking the bag.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
definitely
opening my
do.
hips. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to emphasize on the strength training. And I'm not talking, and I know I've talked about this before, but I'm going to say it again. I'm not talking about like quick little circuits or whatever, like actual strength training. You are making an effort to lift as heavy as you can while maintaining form, because the goal needs to be to build muscle, to stimulate the muscle, like a progressive overload program. It's pertinent as you get older because for bone health, for metabolic health, for the ability to stay flexible and continue to move, to just for longevity overall.
You want to get in and out of a car. You want to get up out of a chair, no problem. You want to be able to lift things from the ground. There's every time you're going to have to lift something. You don't want your back to go on. And a lot of people overlook this. Sometimes you have to ask me for help. Some jars are extra tight. Open up a jar.
Yeah.
Things like that.
That's
all the
another
little things
thing.
in life.
I feel like I'm losing it a little bit and I need to work on it. My grip strength.
People, you know what? People don't work on it. I worked on it yesterday. I'm doing something new for grip strength.
I remember my brothers used to they always had this contraption and they were always squeezing it.
I had one of those. Yeah. I had one of those. What do you call that? It's for your, a lot of guys want to build forearms and grip strength. Yeah.
But you need grip strength. It's scary when you lose it. Like, why can't I get this lid off? It's frustrating.
I'll give you ladies a tip, including you, is start incorporating farmer's walk with dumbbells. Set a timer on your phone or your watch and walk up and down. Pick a space and hold some dumbbells at a relatively, I would say, not a heavy weight, but a weight you can control that you can handle for a minute.
You know what? One of my clients, she told me to tell you thank you because you gave that tip in an episode, and now she does it. Kathy, shout out Kathy.
She's doing the farmer's walk?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
she's doing
that
it
yesterday in my workout.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Or another thing you could do is even if you can't pull yourself up, like get up on a pull-up bar and just hang there and time yourself and hold yourself. See how long you can hang. That's another way of grip strength.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, that's another one. Also, what it does is stretches out your kinetic chain. I would do 3 to 5 sets at a minute apiece. It's hard. You think like a minute's easy. No, it's even for me.
I like that. I got to try that.
Yeah, just hang there. Don't pull up. Just hang there. Just relax your body. Hang there. Don't get all tight. Just relax. And have good grip, but not like you're squeezing with all your might, but good enough.
Interesting.
And that gets I have really good grip strength.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely try that. All right, next up, how does strength training actually help with menopause weight gain? Because that's why people avoid it. Because they're like, oh, but I need to lose this weight.
No.
They don't attribute that the strength training is going to help them lose the weight because it's it's not for calorie burn, but it is for like an insurance policy that's going to help you lose the weight in the long run. Let me try to explain how it works as clearly as I can. Okay, in as simple terms. Think about the muscle that you have right now. Inside your muscle, you have the ability to hold on to calories. Let's call it calories. It's glycogen, but let's call it calories. You have the ability to hold on to a certain amount of calories in those muscles. Once that capacity is reached, the rest of the calories get stored as body fat. Okay, so think about this. If you had more muscle, you can store more calories in your muscle before it's stored as body fat. What does that mean? You can eat more. So the more muscle you have, the more calories you can store inside of your muscles instead of body fat. And that is why when you put on muscle, you increase your capacity to consume more calories. And what that's equivalent to a faster metabolism. Is that a clear way to explain it? Because I don't think people understand when you say that. So does that make sense to you?
Yeah, 100%. I recently did that with 2 people. Bumped up their calories. Shout out to my boy Los. I went up from 18 to 21, and he's actually leaning out and putting on more muscle because he's lifting heavy and pushing hard and getting more steps. It's helping him out.
So he's put on more muscle.
Yes.
In the course of his program with you.
Yes.
So then you're able to kind of like, you know what? I think it's time to bump up the calories. I do that with my clients too.
Yep.
I also want to tell you that the reason why this is important is because think about those little let's call them just little reservoirs in your muscle that store those calories, right? So think about when you eat when you eat all your calories for the day and you're at maintenance, that means you didn't store any body fat, but all your muscle, all your glycogen in your muscles, those little reservoirs are filled up. So you're good. You ate just at maintenance. So you didn't spill it over into body fat. That's good. But the next day, you eat 1,000 calories over maintenance. Now, your glycogen was already full. You didn't deplete it. You didn't go exercise and like empty the tank back out. So there's no room in the reservoirs to put those calories. So guess what happens to all those calories? Body fat. That's why the consecutive days of being off track, it's harder to undo that because you're just like depositing. You're just depositing into your body fat. And that's why I tell people, look, when you fall off track, no big deal, but get back on track as soon as possible.
Yeah.
It's cumulative. Now you've got your muscle storage is all full of glycogen. Go work out, empty it out a little bit, but you want
to go work out hard.
Yeah.
When I have extra calories, like when we used to go hard on Saturday, I'd go Sunday and I'd go 3 hours in the gym. You know that just because I have all that extra energy and I can feel it. I can feel my deadlift stronger. Anything I'm doing, I can feel myself stronger. That's that extra energy burst. So use it. It wants to be used, people. Yeah. Use it. Don't just sit there and waste it.
That's also why I personally prefer to walk my low intensity cardio after a workout, because in my mind, the way I'm thinking about it is, okay, I've got glycogen in my muscles right now. My strength training utilizes glycogen in the muscles for the workout. Yes. So I want my body to use up that glycogen on that strength training workout. I'll deplete that. And then I'll do a low intensity walking after, because during low intensity exercise, your body can convert stored body fat into energy as long as it's a low intensity exercise. So I'm like, okay, I used my glycogen on the strength training. Now I'm going to the treadmill and I'm going to burn body fat during that. That's kind of like my mindset.
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be. And that's what kind of we've been taught.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, that's how it helps, you guys. It helps. Strength training helps you build muscle so that you can literally eat more because you have more little calorie reservoirs in your muscles because you have more muscles. So along with those new muscles comes more little calorie tanks.
So let me ask you this question. What's your opinion on this? That's something I've been doing. Now, this is just for me. I like to jump rope 10 minutes, shadow box 10 minutes, punch the bag and 10, 12 rounds, and then I like to work out after. I feel like my workouts are better because I'm fully warmed up now. Everything's loose. You think I'm wasting too much energy? before my workouts.
You're doing how much of that? How many minutes of that total?
Maybe an hour, give or take.
I mean,
And I'm eating more now too.
Is it high intensity?
No, not too crazy. Not like what I used to do, like at back class, like that. Those hits. I'm not doing hits.
You're okay because of you have a ton of muscle, so you have so much glycogen storage. You know what I mean? You have a lot of storage for your glycogen, so you're not going to deplete your You're not going to go through your glycogen that fast. You'll feel it. Listen, if you pay attention to your body, you know when the glycogen's gone. You feel it. You suddenly like hit a wall, feel like you're walking with cement shoes. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm out of glycogen. You feel like suddenly like I'm done. I felt like that during a weight training, workout before, like, oh man, I'm done. Like, and once it's like you're done, unless you go and replenish your glycogen or you have some fast digesting carbohydrates to give you another little push, your body will utilize that right away. Like if you have some honey or something like that, because it's immediately going to go into the bloodstream, your body will use it right away and you'll get a little jolt to get you through a few more minutes.
Yeah.
But other than that, when you're done, you're done.
That's a good tip you just gave it without you even giving it. Is you could buy those little honey packets and have them in your workout bag. Mm-hmm. If you feel like you're done, you're zapped out, swallow that honey.
Yeah.
You feel the difference. Or also, I believe Costco is selling them as liquid IV, those hydration electrolyte pads. If you feel like a little headache or fatigue, slam that with some water. That'll bring you back to life.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, I was actually talking to a client about this, but when your glycogen's depleted, if you push past that and you keep going, your body will try to create some energy somehow, but you're not going to like how it's going to do that. It's going to use muscle to get you through that. It's not going to use body fat. That's a different mechanism that happens in the body that has to be done during like a low intensity. If your body requires ATP, you're doing strength training, you're doing like high intensity, it needs a rapid conversion of energy. It's going to use muscle. That's why some people that just do too much endurance, too much of that, and deplete their glycogen and go beyond that, they lose muscle. They don't get muscle gains, and that's why. So marathon runners and things like that.
Or doing HIIT, what I used to do. Remember?
Your body reflected it.
Remember, I was depleted.
Yeah.
You know how flat I was? I lost the weight and everything, but I was flat.
But you lost muscle.
I did.
And then what happened? Your metabolism got slower. You've been able to improve your metabolism over the year because you put a lot of muscle back on because you changed the way you were working out. You were doing too much HIIT, too much cardio.
Yeah.
Now you can eat way more calories because you put muscle back on. And to me, that's the biggest gift of all. I have so many more.
And I feel stronger, too.
I have so many more questions, but I don't want this episode to go too long. But guess what? We're going to continue this on the next episode because I have more questions.
Let's go.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tune into the next episode for some more frequently asked questions from women over 40.